I'll try.
Boa tarde a todos. Vamos dar início agora à coletiva de imprensa com a técnica Pia Sundhage. Primeira pergunta da Renata Mendonça, das Vibradoras.
Bom dia, Pia, para você. Boa noite aqui no Brasil. Tá ouvindo?
Yes, I can.
Ótimo. Começamos bem. Você e a Pia Zanerato e a Nicole, você perdeu duas atacantes que têm força e imposição física. E para o lugar delas você chamou a Andressa Alves, que é uma meia que tem mais característica, né, de habilidade, e a Ludmilla de velocidade. Sem uma jogadora com o perfil da Bia e da Nicole, tem alguma entre as convocadas que você vê que pode exercer o mesmo papel? E qual é a melhor estratégia para atacar contra uma seleção forte como a Austrália?
I wouldn't say it's exactly the same qualities, but we have some options when it comes to play forwards. You know, they are all different, and the team has to bring out the best performance in their quality. So having Ludmilla here, for instance, we know that there's a lot of speed. When it comes to Australia, it's a little bit tricky the first game, I have to admit. When I met the team yesterday, we have only a few days to prepare, and as you know, a long trip and it's jet lag. We have to be careful how we're going to play. So when it comes to Australia, we're going to play different ways, especially when it comes to the attack. And we know if we can use the speed of play, not only fast players like Ludmilla and Giovanna, but also the speed of play, the decision making, then we have a chance to get into the box and they could be very interesting.
Pergunta da Tainá Fiore, da TNT Esportes.
Bom dia a todos aí, boa noite para o pessoal aqui no Brasil. Bom, seguindo ali essa linha da Renata falando sobre a falta da Pia Zanerato, eu queria considerar a falta da Rafaele também, que além de ser uma das melhores zagueiras que nós temos atuando hoje em dia, ela também é uma peça que fica muito marcada nesse confronto contra a Austrália, muito bem conhecida. Eu gostaria de saber como essa falta da Rafaele diferencia a sua preparação defensiva do Brasil para esses dois amistosos contra a Austrália e também o quão importante é a gente ter testes de, por exemplo, a Tainara, que é uma jogadora muito nova e que pode ser aí um dos futuros da seleção brasileira. Obrigada.
Well, it is important whoever is here. So I'm really sorry we can't pick those two players like Rafa and Bia, but it is what it is. So you just have to turn to the next page and try to do the best of it. Because at the end of the day, when you play the Copa America, you don't know if everybody's healthy, if everybody is playing well. So I think that's one very important thing for the national teams to do whatever it takes today. That means we have different players, and Rafa's been playing very well. I was very pleased with her performance in the Olympics, and she will play more games in the national team, I think, and help this team quite a bit. Now, when she's not here, there will be other players that have a chance to play and to have a good performance. And we have some young players, and Tainara is one of them that hopefully down the line, being around very experienced players, playing against a good team like Australia, she will gain some experience and hopefully she will improve her game. Very interesting, I have to say.
Pergunta Adriano Gonçalves, da Rádio Futebol Online.
Bom dia, Pia. Boa noite para quem nos acompanha do Brasil. Pia, estamos nos aproximando da Copa América e vemos que você ainda faz alguns testes pela seleção. E eu gostaria de saber se você já tem as 11 titulares que começarão ali na Copa América. E também eu gostaria de saber com que visão tática que você vê esse amistoso contra a Austrália, começando agora no próximo sábado. Obrigado.
Talking about the final starting lineup 11 when we go into the Copa America. Now we're going to try a different players, absolutely, different combinations as well. So there's a long way in order to find the best national team and to compete on the highest level against in the Copa America. Now, when you talk about how we're going to play differently, because you have to look at where they come from. It's not that we've been here for a week and dealt with jet lag and with travel. So we have to be really careful because we want everybody to stay healthy after those 2 games. So I think there will be 2 different games, and also we're going to make a lot of change in halftime. Because we want to protect the players and make sure that they are healthy after 2 games.
Agora vamos para as perguntas que os jornalistas enviaram através do WhatsApp. Guilherme Cardoso, GX Sports. Bom dia, Pia. Como você avalia o futebol da Austrália e como pretende montar seu jogo a partir disso?
Well, Australia is a very good team, and they have some really interesting players. I just want to mention one, and that's Kerr. If you look at her presence in the air, in the box, smart player, and she played many great games in Australia, but also in the club teams. And the fact that they play the semi-final in the Olympics, it tells a lot about how strong they are, how smart they are. So this will be a great evaluation and see how we can deal with a fairly different team compared to the games we've been playing before. Not only that, it's time to win against Australia, because if you look the history, it was a while before Brazil won against Australia, and I hope we can make that happen sooner than later.
Pergunta da Alice Tamashiro, Rádio Outra Dimensão. Oi, Pia, tudo bem? Nos amistosos contra a Argentina, vimos muitos impedimentos da seleção brasileira e também alguns erros de marcação. Então, visando os amistosos contra a Austrália, que tem um nível mais elevado e a 11ª colocada no ranking da FIFA, o que esperar das meninas?
Well, we had a lot of attacking personalities against Argentina, and this is a totally different game. If you look at the possession, challenge the line, getting behind the defenders, it will be much more difficult. And we need to be a cohesive team and a smart team. And one key is actually when you have fast players. Like I mentioned, Giovanna, Ludmila, then you need the timing and be patient before you get behind the back line, and just speed of play will be one of the keys. And of course, speed of play is not only running, but I think that would be very interesting because remember, Australia has some good attacking personalities, so this is about a lot more about defending compared to Argentina. So compactação is important word in order to play well against Australia.
Pergunta da Cíntia Barley do ge.com. Qual a importância da integração da seleção principal com as seleções de base para as mais jovens já chegarem com mais naturalidade em jogos importantes, como contra a Austrália, e já por dentro até mesmo do seu estilo de jogo? Exemplo da Bruninha e outros nomes vindos da Sub-20.
You know, football is about mix. We have different kinds of players, but also different kinds of experience. That's the beauty of being coach for the national team. You bring new players and see how they manage to mold into the team. And players like Bruninha, if you look where she comes from Jonas U20, and it's great to really make her play in this team, be even in the starting lineup last time, and you can tell that she's used to play with national players, so to speak. So Jonas and his team has done a great job, and that's one of the reasons why we have U17, U20, so they are a little bit more prepared when it comes to international football. It's one thing to play club teams, play that same kind of South America football, or if you're somewhere else in the world. But here you mix. We have European players, European style, a little bit of American, and also Brazilian style. And it's all about to make it work. So when it comes to Bruninha, I think she had a good game, and she will have a couple of minutes this time as well.
Última pergunta do Ideu Youssef, da Rádio Universitária UFG. Pia, como minimizar os efeitos do fuso horário e maximizar as qualidades individuais do grupo nesse primeiro duelo contra a Austrália?
It's a good question. It's a tricky one because conversation with Capelli, you look at, and also Naomi, of course, you look at each player. First of all, they have the questionnaire and see how they feel, and you look how long, how many hours they've been traveling, and how many time zones they have passed, and that matters, especially in the first game we're going to play. That's one thing. The other thing is to ask them individually, because some of them deal very well with the jet lag and some of them not so well. So it is a little bit tricky, and it's about asking players how they feel and try to put together a team that will be fighting for the next goal, so to speak.
Obrigada, Pia, e obrigada a todos que participaram.
Thank you.